your production company is called Caring for the World Films.
Yes.
Now that's that's quite a title. How did you come up with that?
Well, I was searching the internet for organizations and researching for a project, and I came upon this book, and it was talking about caring for the world and caring for the world, and you know, as humanity, we need to care for the world. And I thought, caring for the world films, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it. So.
When did you decide that getting into filmmaking like this was the way you wanted to go?
I've always wanted to do it, but to focus on humanitarian work started back in 2003, and that was when I was covering the initial beginnings of the Iraq War, and just the humanity, and just looking at what's going on and just saying, I've got to do something better with my life. So.
One of your slogans for your company, or an operating principle is humanitarians first, filmmakers second.
Correct.
So that's not the standard operating procedure for filmmakers.
For journalists,
Yeah.
There's that fine line. You want to be neutral, but we can still be neutral, but also compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to just sit on the sidelines and take up space. To have a full understanding of the humanitarian mission, you really have to get in there and volunteer and bond with the other volunteers, and also connect with the populations that is receiving the humanitarian aid. And it takes quite an effort to gain the trust of all the people involved. But once you prove to them that you're not just going to take up space and be an arrogant journalist judging them, they welcome you, and it's just extremely fulfilling, and you can get the best stories by doing it that way. For
Nepal, for instance, will you send out an advance team? Have you been over there already? I mean, how do you prepare for a shoot like that?
Lots of research. We've been working on this for a year, since last January actually. They came across our radar, and we did a complete background check on them, and a deep background check on, make sure they're up and up, their budgets are good, their books are clean. And we started the research immediately on them, and when we had to go through this long process of them accepting us, because you don't want to just let anybody come on your trip. You've got to be careful about who you let on your humanitarian missions. So they finally accepted us, and then the hard work really began. And I have a partner, his name is Michael Paliola, and he does a lot of the lead work. And originally he was supposed to go ahead, but because of the time frame of the trips, they only do so many a year. We just couldn't wait another year to do it. So just said, just jump in with both feet and just research as much as you can, get in shape, because we're going to be up in the Himalayas, and also learn as much about the culture as possible. We've also reached out to the Nepalese community in our cities. He's in Boston and I'm here, so we both have integrated into the Nepalese community, and they have really helped us out understanding the culture. What's appropriate, what's not, what to look out for, those kind of things.
Great. Well, how high above sea level are you going to be where you're going?
I've been told 14,000, between 14,000 and 15,000 feet, which for a Texan, that's pretty high. Really, nothing prepares you for that. And
right.
Over the summer, all of us on the crew have done some heavy duty training and have done some climbing. And I did a Rainier climb this past year, just to make sure that I could get up to 14,000 feet. And yeah, it was fine. My training was really good, and so I'm confident I'll be fine.
Wonderful.
And plus, with the help of the porters carrying our stuff, which I'm not accustomed to, that'll be fantastic.
How do you fund a project like this? You've done other projects before this, and
yeah.
How do you get money in order to be able to put it together?
Well, each of the volunteers, me and Michael and David, we've put our own money into paying for our own trips. We pay for our own fees. We basically pay it for ourselves. However, we have been able to attract benefactors who have, surgeons and, just anybody. They just said, hey, I only have $50. Will you take that? Absolutely. So we just collected donations over the last year, and of course it doesn't cover all of our expenses, and we pay for the expenses, but the money that comes in from our benefactors, we make sure it goes directly to the organizations that we're helping. Meaning the printing of the DVDs or the fees or anything, it's going to them. So, but the bulk of it, it's on our dime.